Pulling up, so it might take it like 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. We'll look at my screen. So, here we are back with a Week 6 predictions video. Great job from everyone playing your games early, um, and getting them in, and streaming games that are supposed to be streamed. If you've got problems with somebody or believe someone's cheating or breaking rules, make sure you send it with proof, preferably to a commissioner. We're joined by the Browns user, Anderson. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? How everybody doing?
Uh, so we're gonna get into the weekly awards and the predictions as we usually do. Um, Here we'll start with predictions since you're still loading up. All right, let
Well,
me.
give me 1 second, Jack.
All
This
right,
all right, I should come in there like real soon.
okay, 1 second. I'm updating Daddy Leaves as well right now so that we can see everything. Okay. All right. So first game, we'll go over these and then we'll do the awards after, and we'll talk a little bit about everything. We got Buffalo at the Dolphins. Buffalo's 2-2 right now. Dolphins are 3-2. Let's see. I know the Dolphins had an impressive win over the Pats a few weeks back. He snuck by the Bengals 30-21 last week. And I believe, yeah, Buffalo was on a bye last week, so I know he's locked and loaded. He's made some trades, especially on defense. He's got Jonathan Allen coming off the edge for him now. All
Oh
right,
wow.
yeah, so he's gonna be legit on the defensive side of the ball. Uh, and for that reason, as good as his offense is, I know Miami's feeling good right now, feeling high, beating teams like this. But I'm gonna stick with Buffalo in this one. What
I'm
about you?
going to go with wow, this is a tough one. This is like a 50-50 game for me. I'm still trying to figure out the Miami user, but Buffalo's been pretty solid as of late. I'm gonna go Buffalo too. In a close game, in a 3 point game, I'm not gonna pick a score, but it's gonna be close.
Yeah, it's kind of different because Buffalo's such a passing team, and
Yeah,
Miami's such a running team. Both of them can put up points. I think Buffalo will win a close one as well. Uh, Browns at the Steelers. You have played once this season, if I'm not correct. I mean, if I'm correct, right?
I played
Uh,
once this season, and can like to give you guys the details on what happened? I was down three in the red zone. I think maybe on the 3 yard line, and I threw a pick six that sealed the game with 9 seconds left.
wow, that is, yeah. I'm seeing
That
Kareem Hunt did pretty well, 138 yards. The pick six was by Deion Bush. Yep, 101 yards.
so that was the game right there. I mean, I had it locked in, but Steelers is 2-0 against me the last 2 games. I didn't win any games in the division this year, but I don't know. I think I won last week, so I think I can bounce back this week. I don't know what the score is going to be. It'll probably be a close game. I can't score on offense this year for some reason, but I'm gonna try to go with the win because I think I kind of figured him out on offense. So he all his points is on defense. So he had like one drive when he had like a turnover before halftime that he scored off of. So I think I can score, not score, but I think I can hold him to points and score just enough to win a game.
Yeah, I'm picturing this being a low-scoring game. Last week, I saw you did win. I didn't predict you to win, but a good win nonetheless. 4 carries for Kareem Hunt. I get if you're trying to trade him, you know, but why not use him while you have him at least? He's
Yeah,
just so good. Whatever works for you, as long as you get the W's. I'm also going to pick you in this one. You're 0-3 your last 3 games against the Steelers, but
0-3. I thought it was 0-3. Wow.
yeah, you lost both last year and won this year so far. Nonetheless, I'm going to pick you to win a close one here. I think you should have won the last one. I think if you had any timeouts, you should have been running the ball in the last one at the 3 yard line or wherever you were. Uh,
I had no timeouts. I was trying to run the ball or kick a field goal to tie the game up. I mean, pass the ball and get an incomplete pass or a touchdown and then kick the field goal afterwards. I didn't have no timeouts left.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, we got the uh, Redskins at the Ravens. Ravens leading that division right now. He's really playing really good football this year. He's only got one loss and he's 4-1. That loss is to an undefeated team by 3 points. So he's playing great. Skins dropped a game against you last week. Did not play very well. He's still trying to find his groove. His offense was really, really bad last week. only had about 125 total yards. Ravens is hot right now, and Skins can't figure himself out. For that reason, I'm going to stick with Baltimore in this game.
For the opposite reason, I think the Ravens is. I mean, the Redskins are a good user, and I think that like they got to break this streak at some point. So I'm gonna go with the Redskins on this one.
Good pick, good pick. We got the Broncos at the Colts. Broncos are 2-3. Colts are 0-5. He's having a real rough start to the season. He's got putting up the lowest amount of points in the league. I think he's only scored like 40 something points all year long. Broncos got a forced win last week over the Chiefs, but he's really starting to find himself these last few weeks. Um, he's playing good football. I think the more he gets used to this team, the better he's going to play. I'm going to stick with Denver here on the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Denver here too. I don't know, like the Colts are like really struggling this year. I don't know what's going on with them. I mean, they're usually a good user, but I think I'm just gonna go with. Sorry for my dogs too. I think I'm gonna go with Denver this year.
Good pick, good pick.
I apologize. Sorry, guys.
You're okay. We got the Raiders and the Jaguars. Jags are 3-2. He played Savon very tough last week. It, it all kind of fell apart there right before half for him. He ended up losing by about 25, but he played him very close. Tough game for sure. He's playing good football. He's got to win over the Bears this year. He lost a close one with the Titans as well. Raiders are 1-4 this year. He's a better user than that. He really is. He lost to the Ravens last week, 16-13. In a game he probably should have won, to be honest. He's a good user. Almost made the playoffs last year. Buffalo snuck by him. But I think the Jags need too much, especially on the defensive side of the ball. He knows how to stop the run. That's what the Raiders does very well. I'm going to stick with the Jaguars in this game.
I got you. The Raiders' record is not indicative of their user skills. Not indicative of their record. They actually beat me in the first game of the season. I think the Jags are this is slightly better user than the Raiders are. So I'll probably go with the Jags. It's like a 10-point win. I'll probably go 21-11, 22-12.
A good pick. We got the Bengals at the Cowboys. Bengals are 0-4 in the year. Dwayne's 2-2. Both his losses are to the Giants this year. So outside of playing, the Giants are playing very well. Bengals is getting to really find this team out. He needs to get more of a run game going with his dual backfield. He's got Ito Smith and Jartavius Whitlow.
Yeah.
But Rondell Moore is a monster, and we found that out week after week. He's
Mm-hmm.
continued to get the ball into his hands, and he's going to win more games. That being said, I think Cowboys, he runs the football hard. Bengals has had problems stopping the run. I'll stick with the Cowboys in this game at home.
Yeah, Rondo Moore is so speedy, man. He's if you can just keep using him, he'll be all right. I think that I think he's due for a win, man. I like the Bengals in this one. Nothing. This is nothing against the Cowboys. It's all on the Bengals. I like the Bengals to win this one, maybe by 3 points. But I think he's due for a victory. Like he's been playing good, even though he's not been winning, but he's been playing exceptional. So I like the Bengals listen by a 3-point win. I'll go 24-21.
It's a good pick. He close to Miami last week.
Yeah.
So, he's playing good football. And we got the Titans at the Packers. Packers took a forced loss last week. Titans beat somebody. Who did he play last week?
Who they beat? The Bengals last week.
No, the Titans beat the Colts last week.
Oh, Colts last week. Sorry, yeah.
43-14. Titans, he's finding this team out. He really is at 4-1. Packs 1-3. This one's gonna be pretty straightforward. I'll take the Titans win this game.
Yeah, straightforward too for me too. I like the Titans in this one. I'll probably go with 17-point win. Titans over the Packers. Now I'm not gonna pick a score.
Good pick. All right, we got the Vikings at 0-5. The Cards are 1-3. He was on bye last week. Vikings lost a close one to the Lions last week. Hurk's really figuring this team out. He's playing better every single week. Cardinals user, he's getting himself after such success last season. He's kind of hit some road bumps this year trying to figure out what's going on with that team. But he's made some movements, switching players around, things like that, some new starters. I think it's going to work out for him. I think the Cardinals will win this game. Relatively close, 7-10 points. But, I'm going to take the Cards here at home.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals here too. Vikings is getting used to their roster. I think it's just trying to figure things out. I think it's just going with the flow at this point. So I pick the Chargers by 10 to 14 points. I mean, not Chargers. I'm sorry, the Cardinals 10 to 14 points.
That's a good pick. We got the Bears at the 49ers. The Bears beat the Seahawks last week 42 to 29. Score really wasn't indicative of how close it might have been. Gave up two defensive touchdowns in the red zone, so could have been much worse. But CJ played me tough, especially down the stretch there in the second half. The 49ers lost the Eagles 36 to 13. Had one of the wildest plays in probably this league's history. An
I heard
interception.
about that.
Yeah, he threw a deep pass that bounced off about 10 different people into the hands of a defensive back for the Eagles, and he ran it back for a touchdown.
Wow.
So it was really just a crazy play. That being said, he plays good defense. 49ers user. He stops the run very well, which is what I do. Um, but I think that I'm gonna win this game probably over in the first half, maybe three quarters. What about you?
Yeah, I like you in this game also. 49ers is a good user, but
He
I
tends to
don't see
struggle
like
on
a.
offense. Is what
Yeah,
it is.
I don't see a big one. I see like a 10 point one. I think they're gonna play their best ball. They're gonna try to keep it close. They're gonna play conservative, and I like a 10 point one. I'll go 41. No, no, I'm not going that high. I might go 31-21.
I don't think I'll give up 21 points, but if I win by 10, I'm picturing more of like a 17 to 7 type game. But
Okay.
both of us are very good defensive users. But there we go. We got the Chiefs at the Panthers. Chiefs took a forced loss last week to the Broncos, and the Panthers lost 42 to 7 to the Panthers. To the Falcons. Um, he just can't seem to beat Noob. I don't know. Whenever he plays him, he falls apart. Brian Burns had back-to-back weeks of 5 sacks each, and I was looking at this game earlier. I don't think he had many at all in this game. Falcons did score. Oh, he had 4.5. So wow, I'm tripping. But he continues his sack rampage. The problems must have been on offense. Christian McCaffrey had 22 total yards. Justin Herbert only threw for 116. It is not going to get it done. Falcons scored 21 in the fourth quarter, so the game was pretty close most of the way.
Yeah, I can't figure out the Panthers. It's like this. I can't figure out the Panthers this Madden. Um, it's just tough for me to kind of judge them on the user skills and their actual records that they have been the past couple years. But I think I'm gonna go with the Chiefs in a close one. I'm gonna probably go 21-17 Chiefs because like the Panthers like I try to pick them every week because I know like how they can play, and then they just let me they let me down.
Yeah, he has weeks where he'll beat the Skins and he will beat the Raiders, but then he loses games. He's got lost to the Giants, to the Eagles, and last week to the Falcons. Um,
Yeah,
so I don't know. I'm gonna pick the opposite. I think the Panthers are gonna get it done this week, 21-17. Um, he's too good of a user. He's gonna run the ball well. Brian Burns is gonna continue his rampage.
definitely.
I'm going to stick with Carolina here. All right, we got the Pats at the Seahawks. Pats got a forced win last week. Seahawks lost to the Bears 42 to 29. Pats are 2-3. Seahawks are also 2-3. So both teams need in this game to get themselves back to 500 and back on the track to a wild card spot. Maybe fighting for that division on each side. Very alike users. I think Seattle's got momentum. He's really got his team figured out the way he wants to play. He's having some QB issues, but adding Tyreek Hill has definitely helped him out.
That's big. That's really big.
That's a big move. Pats says he's got his QB situation figured out now, and he's going to get back to playing his brand of football. I think he needs to lean on Tony Pollard as well more. Every time I look up, Tony Pollard's got 120 yards and a touchdown. So I think he needs to give him the ball more. It's going to be tough. I think I'm going to stick with the Pats here in a very close game. CJ will keep the game very close. He's a good user. So, I'm going to stick with the Patriots.
This is gonna, like you said, it's going to be a close game. Two very good users, I think. But I think the Seahawks is going to actually pull off the upset. I don't know like what's going on with the Pats here. I don't know if they're like if their hearts are already in this year or if they. I don't know what's going. Like Patriots don't seem the same this season, so I'm gonna go with the Seahawks by like a 1 point win, actually, like a last second win or something crazy. It's going to happen in this game, and like the Seahawks.
That's a good pick. We got the Eagles, who are 2-2 against the 4-1 Falcons. Atlanta is playing their lights off. Their only loss this season is a forced loss, actually, and again, it was a fair sim that they lost. So Atlanta is playing really, really good football. He's got a few X factors, new X factors after last week. He's running the ball very well. He's playing as good as I've ever seen him play. I think he's going to dominate this game, especially on the offensive to defensive side of the football. I'm going to take Atlanta here by 28, 35, something along those lines.
I agree. I think Atlanta is firing on all cylinders right now. I think they're motivated too. I think like as a user, like they're like the dark, not the dark as far as I can't put the word, I can't put it in the words, but like everybody's against them. It seems like in the chat, or like they're like still like combative against people. And I think he's on like a mission to prove everybody wrong. So I like the Falcons one. I like them big in this one by like 21 points.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick. Let's get into these two games of the week. One of them's underway right now. Actually, before we make a prediction, I do want to hop in. The Rams and Jets are both 5-0. Score is 9-0 Rams. Halfway through the
Wow.
second quarter. I'm actually watching a play of Jets. He looks like he's going for 6 right now. Micah Pittman. Nope, just a big play. Uh, 9-0 can be erased very fast when you're playing Savon. It needs to continue
Oh,
playing good
exactly.
defense. Jimmy does. It's a tough game. I mean, I never pick against Savon, but I don't think I can this time either. Nine's not enough for me. I'm gonna go Jets in a very close game though. I'm gonna pick Jets by like 7 to 6 points. He showed
Man.
signs of weaknesses last week against the Jags. He lost his slot cornerback Darian Kendrick for the next 5 weeks as well. That's a 93 overall player, so that makes a difference. Um, yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Jets in a very close game here.
Hey Jason, I seen Saban down in the Super Bowl by like 21 points.
I remember 24. It was 24-0.
I'm not picking against the Jets.
That's
You got like people got to prove me wrong. So I'm just going to come back and win, and he'll probably win by like 14, 21 points. I'm not going to pick a score, but he'll probably win this game 14, 21 points. He'll find it. He'll get a rhythm. He'll get a groove, and then he'll get a feel for how the Rams are playing, and then he'll come out firing.
a good prediction. Other game, we got the Saints and Chargers. Saints are 5-0, Chargers 4-0. Chargers were on bye last week. Saints, what did he do last week? He got a forced win with the Bucks. So both these teams looking to stay undefeated. Saints obviously barely missed the playoffs last year, so he's really looking to make that push. I think he will be a playoff team this year, but this is going to be one of those when you get knocked down moments, you got to learn how you're going to get back up.
I
Chargers
agree.
user is a very good user. He hammered me in a game last season, so definitely not someone I'd ever want to play. He's got this team working exactly the way he wants to. He runs very well with Austin Eckler. Saints tends to have trouble stopping the run. Uh, that's his weakness if you want to give him one. I'm going to take Chargers here by about 14 points.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Chargers this a I'm not gonna say slightly better, but like a notch better user than the Saints are. Eckler is a monster. He been using him awesomely. He like you said, he has control over his team. I think he just is in command of his team and just in general. I like the Chargers to win this one by the Saints have been playing good, but I like the Chargers to win this one by 14 points.
Good pick. All right, let's and do the East Players of the Week now. I'll let you take the
All
AFC
right.
side and go ahead with that.
All right, let me get over there real fast. Sorry, fellas.
Good God, that stat line.
Yeah, AFC player opposite is Evans, halfback for the Jets. He had 19 carries, 260 yards rushing, and 6 rushing touchdowns. Wow, like this is a rookie running back that is.
Y'all, we better not let Savon get a running game going. We all gonna be in trouble, losing 60 to
I
0.
mean, like this is crazy to me. And then on the deeper side of the ball, you got Dean, outside linebacker for the Titans, with 5 tackles, 1 sack, with 3 interceptions and 2 touchdowns. Wow, so he had a big game too.
Wow,
So big for the Titans.
that is crazy. Offense side of the ball for the NFC side, Tariq Cohen, 13 carries, 193, and 3 touchdowns.
Wow,
He also had a receiving touchdown on a 15-yard catch. The gameplay going into the game was not for him to touch the football that much, but it ended up just happening down the stretch. I had problems passing the ball, and so we had to keep going. The first play from scrimmage, he actually went for an 80-yard score. So uh,
monster game.
yeah, good game for him there. Fletcher Cox is now probably 100 years old and continues to get 5 sacks a game. It doesn't make sense for a defensive tackle either. It's just insane. 8 tackles and 5 sacks. If the Eagles loses games, wins game, doesn't matter. The only thing that will happen every single week is that Fletcher Cox is guaranteed to set up a tent in your backfield. Um, so a really good game there for the Eagles.
Yeah, big game for Cox. 40-year-old Cox, big game.
Yeah, we'll slide over here real quick to the statistical leaders. I'll take the
Okay.
AFC side, and I'll let you take the. I mean, not the AFC. I'll take the offensive side, and I'll let you take the defensive side.
All right,
Um,
cool.
Throughout his struggles, Jacob Eason is leading the league in passing yards, barely with 14 touchdowns, 17 picks over Jalen Hurts. Bryce Young having a good season. He's there in third. Most touchdown passes on the year so far is by Tyree Jackson, no surprise, of the Jets. Most interceptions to this point by Jalen Hurts. He has 19. Kyler Murray also has 19 with 2 touchdowns. It's not a good one there. Let's see here. Let's go over to rushing. Melvin Gordon is the bell cow of the year with 844 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's averaging 8 yards a carry. You got J.K. Dobbins, Zach Evans, and Tariq Cohen there. Cohen averaging 10.9 yards per carry.
Godly.
Yeah, he is dominating when he gets the football in his hands. Rushing yards per game, Melvin Gordon also leads the way there. Rushing fumbles, Trevor Lawrence has 8 fumbles. The closest is 3 next to him. I don't know what's going on with T-Law, but he fumbles the ball every single time he gets touched. I don't know what to do. I don't. It doesn't make any sense. I'm almost to the point of wanting to trade him because he can't hold on to the football. So it's crazy. And broken tackles just for fun. Saquon Barkley has 19 broken tackles in the year. Receiving, Jalen Curry, rookie from out of Arizona for the Lions, has 658 yards and 7 touchdowns. Followed by Chris Olave
Nice.
with 31. And OBJ, thriving in the Bears system, has 550 and 4 scores. Let's see, receiving
Good job,
touchdown.
O. Good job, O.
Micah Pittman and Jalen Curry, both rookies, lead the league with 7 touchdowns each, followed by Andy Isabella with 5. Blocking wise, who's the worst offensive lineman in the league so far? We got a left tackle from the Titans, a rookie, Nolan Rumbler, has 8, and Robert Bolden, left tackle for the Chiefs, he was on the Seahawks, has also given up 8. And defense side of the ball, go ahead.
You want me to go? Defense on NFC?
Uh, for the NFL, for defensive
Oh,
stats.
so my bad. I'm sorry. Let me get there. Defense NFL leading the league in tackles is actually Jatavius Brown with 39 tackles. Leading the league in sacks is.
No
Give me
surprise
one
there.
second. Sorry. Huh?
I said no surprise there. Who's leading the league in sacks?
Yeah.
Brian Burns. And the crazy part is he's got all those sacks in 3 games. So he had first 2 games of the year he didn't get any sacks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Playing ridiculous. My boy
Leading
B.
in
Nick
interceptions,
well.
this is. It is. Sorry. Why does this my game is like messing up? They keep going to Jatavius Brown like when I pick on something. This is crazy.
I got you on interceptions. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Anthony Brown,
What
Jeff
is it? What's going
Gladney,
on here?
and Nakobe Dean all have 5 picks each. Um, let's see here on forced fumbles. Got anybody who's really knocking heads out there? Jalen Smith and Jeff Gladney both have 3 of those. And defensive touchdowns, Jabril Coe, middle linebacker for the Jets, Tre'Davious White of the Vikings, and Nakobe Dean each have 2 defensive touchdowns.
This is crazy.
It's all right. Let's see who's made the most field goals in the league just for fun. 10 field goals made by Dustin Hopkins of the Saints. He's 10 for 10. 21 for 21 on extra points, so he's getting everything he needs to done. Matt Gay with the longest field goal of the year, 62 for the Bears. Alright, I think that's pretty much going to wrap up the predictions video. I'll be posting here in about 30 minutes. I appreciate you being here and doing the video with me, man.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man. Like Mike, I don't know, like I'm picking Jatavius Brown for everything, like interception, sacks. I don't know what's
I don't
going on.
know.
So
I don't know. That is weird.
yeah.
Alright, make sure you get your games in and streamed it. The ones that are
All right,
supposed to be
cool.
streamed,
All
guys.
right, take it easy, Jay.
Take it easy, bro.